FRIGIDAIRE. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the FRIGIDAIRE Orbit Clean dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. FRIGIDAIRE, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of FRIGIDAIRE appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Don't you ever hit me again!
Chief, I think we got a hit on our hands.
MeTV Fresno, now on Comcast Channel 187.
Hello there, I'm John Malice. Welcome to this live edition of Connect with Me on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on this Friday morning. Today, we're going to take some flying lessons. That's right here in the city of Fresno, we're going to take off. Not Flying Home with Ronnie Paul, that's a different show altogether. Anyway, we're going to fly home with 2 pilots. One is a veteran pilot, the other an aspiring pilot. We're back with your phone calls, 436-MeTV, option 11. Back in just a moment. You know that show called Flying Home with Ronnie Paul? That's a different station, different day, different time. We're not talking about that kind of flying. We're talking about going up in the air in an airplane, learning how to fly, and with a veteran pilot that's been around for many, many years, trying to teach young students here in the Central Valley how to get their pilot's license, how to be a private pilot and own your own plane and have fun flying around the Central Valley. But I got to tell you, my friends, I don't even like flying in the big planes. A 787. Don't like it. I get queasy. Forget about the small ones. I won't even go near them. But anyway, you know, this all happened, of course, if the Wright brothers had been like me, okay, we probably wouldn't have airplanes today, because all this took place about, 100 and something years ago, 110 years ago. Let's go to the videotape. Speaking of the Wright brothers, let's look at some of that video from way back when. That life-changing event came on December the 17th, 1903, when Orville and Wilbur made history. It was the flight that shook the world, the first flight ever, as the 2 brothers had flown in an air machine over the beach at Kitty Hawk in North Carolina for more than a minute. That was historic at that time. Now, the Wright brothers had developed a lightweight 25 horsepower engine that helped them sustain in the air. This dramatic flight came years after secret testing by the Wright brothers using models in wind tunnels. This video was actually taken, though, in 1908. This is not the original 1903 first flight. Now, fast forward to 110 years later, my friends. Here it is in Fresno. Dean Castang is teaching people how to fly. There it is, the Fresno Airport. He owns his own company called Dean Castang Associates. If you're thinking, why should I trust this man? Why should I trust him? Well, he's 82 years old, or young, should I say. He's been flying since high school. That's 63 years. He's taught more than 4,000 people how to fly. He is also an airplane broker. We'll explain that and ask him how that comes into play with his business. Here he is with one of his students pulling in and flying away again. Live in our studio right now is Annalee Asbury. She is a young aspiring pilot who had only a few lessons with Dean. She hopes to get her private pilot's license, and sitting next to her is the one and only Dean Castang. This man's been flying and teaching for 63 years. You want to learn how to fly? Well, here they are, 436-MeTV, option 11. Dean is the guy to ask the questions, and I want to ask, of course, our other guest here, at 27 years old, why do you want to fly and learn how to fly? 436-MeTV, option 11. do turn down the sound, and please do not wade through that message. We're back with our two wonderful guests in just a moment.
When you like Ventura TV Appliance on Facebook, it's nice. But when you love the Samsung big screen we deliver, it's even better. Our website is cool, and it's a good place to start. But you really should touch the merchandise before you buy. Time for that upgrade to an HD 3D web-enabled Samsung TV. Get the best selection, price, and service in town without waiting. Come in to Ventura TV Appliance and touch the merchandise today.
Just keep in mind, when John Madden, the former head coach of the Oakland Raiders, turned to broadcasting and became a broadcaster, he did not fly. He did not fly at all. He had the Madden Express. He had a Greyhound bus that took him all over the country to do all the Monday night and Sunday night football games, of course, and for CBS. And so John Madden is my kind of guy. He coached the Raiders, my favorite team, and he doesn't like to fly. My kind of guy. Anyway, my guest today, of course, is Dean Castang and Annalee Asbury. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good to see you. How are you, Dean?
Fine, thank you.
So, you know, I got to tell you a quick story. 1978, I was flying to Denver with the Oakland Raiders on their team plane. John Madden was still the coach, okay, before Tom Flores became the coach. And, you know, so I went to the middle of the plane to get something to drink, and Madden was there, and he was like white-knuckled. And his face was as white as a sheet. I'll never forget that. He hated to fly. And I looked at him, I said, "What's wrong?" He goes, and he had sweat coming in. He goes, "Oh," he said, "I just don't like to fly." And that was a team plane. So do you find a lot of people that are that way?
Very few, but a few.
Mm-hmm. A few, huh? Yeah. So what turned you to flying? You are a dentist by nature.
A dentist by nature. I've always been interested, and then when I met Dean, it was very accessible and easy and fun. So it wasn't at all intimidating or scary, and we just go up on a weekly basis and kind of talk and have fun and learn a few new things and call it a day.
Yeah, so Dean, you've been teaching for how many years?
Oh, since 1955.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about your company.
Well, it's a way to make money.
Oh, okay.
And flying in an airplane with somebody that's learning, it's a very positive atmosphere. There's so much negative in the world going on. The king duckity duck shot king muckety muck, would you believe? But in the airplane, it's exciting, it's positive, and you're helping somebody have fun.
Tell us what it is about flying that you love so much and have loved over the course of 6 decades.
Well, my cousin came to town. I was in high school, took me for a ride in a little airplane, and it was kind of scary. I'm kind of like John. You know,
how old are you?
19.
Okay.
Well, I was late getting out of high school.
Yeah, all right.
And although it was a little scary, it was so much fun to see the world at that angle. All the little fields were laid out in squares, and go in the mountains and look at the snow, and just a mix between being scared and enjoying it. I just fell for it, and I've been flying every day, almost every day since. I have 54,000 flying hours.
That's amazing. Wow, can you even imagine that?
No,
54,000?
I don't think I've been alive that long.
No, well, I haven't either, believe it or not. But I mean, but so your company, and before I get to the, you know, the teacher-student type thing, I want to ask you just about your company, because I said in the monologue that you're an airplane broker. What exactly does that mean?
It's like a real estate broker. I find somebody that has an airplane for sale, and I find a buyer, and I make a little 6% commission in the middle.
Oh, wow. Okay. So if I'm looking for a plane to buy, which I won't be, but just in theory, let's say I am, I call you, and then you find the guy that's selling a plane, and then you say, "Hey, John, I found this plane, and it's like $40,000. Do you want to buy it?"
That's exactly right. If it's the right color for you and has enough seats and does the things that you want to do.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, all right, we have a piece of videotape, and you know, we've got several clips here. It's the pre-flight inspection. You can, if it's hard to turn around for you, it's okay. You can look up there on the monitor. We'll take it full screen. There it is right there. That's you and Dean, of course, Annalee. And what's going on here? The pre-flight checkup or what?
Was that question for me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, before each flight, you need to go around and make sure that the airplane is in working order. So there's a checklist that the manufacturers will make, and you go step by step to make sure everything checks out and is ready to fly.
Oh, I see. So what are you doing here?
Right here, I believe I'm checking the gasoline. You need to make sure that there's no water or air bubbles in the gasoline before you take off. And so there's little outlets on each of the tanks, and at the bottom of the plane that all that junk basically will sink to. So if you sample that at the bottom, you'll know if it's there or not.
How do you know if there are air bubbles in there? How do you check that?
Well, you hold it up to the light and look for the bubbles.
Okay.
Or different layers, which would mean that
And
there's
what
water.
else is on the checklist? Make sure you have fuel, right?
Fuel, oil.
Okay.
You check some of the electricity, and basically all the pieces that kind of direct the air around. Make sure they're attached and tight, so you're not going to want to be in the air when
I
those
didn't
fall
realize
apart.
you were so strong. Look at that. I'm not going to mess with you. You're pulling that plane there. Man, you've got some muscles there.
I've been working out just for this.
So anyway, so Dean, how important is it? And I'm going to probably say something that's incorrect. When John Denver was flying, and his plane, didn't he run out of fuel? I believe.
They have several tanks in an airplane.
Okay.
And he had kind of he didn't take care of his airplane too well. The fuel selector came loose, and he had a pair of grip pliers on there, changing from one tank to another, and he got it between, and it starved the engine.
So that's dangerous, is what you're saying, what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his fault.
So I guess my question is, and I can pose this to both of you, how important are those pre-flight inspections?
Very, very important. It would be best in your car if you walked around it before you took off. You might have a flat on the front right wheel, but you take off and you pull to the curb. In an airplane, if you don't have enough fuel, you take off, the engine quits, and the airplane becomes a glider, which is not a big deal. You learn to find a suitable place to land and
you
take
can
care
still
of it.
land the plane when you run out of fuel?
Oh, sure. The engine quits, but the airplane still has energy, and it becomes a glider, and you can coast within, I would say, has about a 10-to-1 glide ratio. So if you're 1,000 feet high, it would glide about a
Annalee,
mile.
have you learned how to do that yet?
No, not yet. I'm not sure how this lesson is going to go. But
Okay, we got to take a break, and we'll continue our conversation here with Annalee Asbury. She's a young, aspiring pilot taking some lessons from Dean Castang. You know, if you're interested, we'll tell you how to get a hold of Dean if you want to learn how to fly a private plane. 436 MeTV option 11 is the number here. 436 MeTV option 11. We'll be here for the next 20 minutes or so. So call in. Back with our show in just a moment.
1 Adam 12.
This is Adam 12. It stars Martin Milner as Officer Pete Malloy, Kent McCord as Officer Jim Reed.
1 Adam 12, roger.
This black and white patrol car has an overhead valve V8 engine. It develops 325 horsepower at 4,800 RPMs. It accelerates from 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 120 miles an hour. The automobile has 2 shotgun racks, one attached to the bottom portion of the front seat, one in the vehicle trunk.
You want me to drive?
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.
Back here talking about flying. It has been this flying thing has fascinated people for more than 120 years. Of course, I mentioned the Wright brothers in the monologue, but I think man and woman, people in general, have been fascinated by just the idea of going in the air. And so my question to you, Annalee, is why are you fascinated with it? You have an aspiring career as a dentist. You're young. You're very pretty. Why flying? Why is that? What? It's just a hobby or what?
It's just a hobby right now. The amount of control you have up there is amazing. I mean, it's something that we as humans aren't used to doing. I mean, we can run and swim and go in 2 dimensions and add that 3rd dimension, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, got a caller here. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Your question.
Hello?
Yeah, turn down the sound on your TV, please.
Yeah, I had a couple questions about how much it costs for flying lessons, and I was also wanting to know about the difference between the cost of flying lessons with helicopters and well, helicopters, the price. I mean, if you're poor, but this has always been a dream of yours.
Okay, we got to turn it off. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry to cut you off there, but we heard your television in the background. When you call in, you've got to turn down the sound. We appreciate your phone calls. But I guess, what is the price now? So what is Annalee paying you for these lessons?
I'd be more than glad to answer the question for the fellow.
Okay.
The lessons are about $200 each.
Okay.
And it takes about 40 lessons. So that's $8,000 it costs to learn to fly on an average.
Do you think that's a fair price, Annalee?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I thought I'd ask her, not you.
Yeah.
Most of the time, folks say, well, that's too much, I don't have that. But if you really want to do it, you can figure out a way. Let me tell you, when I learned to fly, I was making 25 cents an hour. The lessons were $4 an hour, so I had to work 2 days or so to collect enough money to take one flying lesson.
Right.
So today you can, if you make $10 an hour or whatever, you can work a couple of days, save up the $200, go to the airport, take a lesson. Only takes 40 lessons, so if you take the first lesson, you only have 39 more to go.
But everything is relative. Things were different back then. Pricing was different. The price of milk, the price of gas was different. But everything is relevant compared to today's prices. So $200 a shot. How many lessons have you taken so far, Annalee?
I'm about eight hours in, so 8.
So 8, and
Right.
you need 40 to get your private pilot's license.
Right, more or less, depending on how things go for individuals.
Did you think it was going to be different when you had this preconceived idea before you started the lessons, and then once you actually took the flying lessons, now you've got 8 under your belt? Is it different in the cockpit when you're in control of that plane?
Oh, absolutely. From what I thought,
In
it's
what
getting
regard?
easier and easier for me, and more fun because of that. I was kind of nervous to begin with, and then now it's coming together. So it's more motivating the more I get into it. And in terms of expenses, it's expensive for everyone, and every other paycheck for me right now goes towards my student loans. So I'm just kind of making it happen on a time-to-time basis, and it's certainly getting more and more fun, and I'm more motivated to go out more and more. So it's worthwhile, and you just got to make it happen.
Are you doing a good thing? Are you gaining more confidence as the more that you do it in the cockpit? More confidence that you know where the controls are, you know how to fly the plane, you know you're in control of the plane?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Really.
Okay. And again, you said the reason you want to do it is because of you feel free and you feel like you're in control. What do you feel like you're in control of when you're up there? I'm just curious.
Well, any direction you want to go into. If you want to go traveling to a certain place, I have friends in Southern California and Northern California. I know when I get my license, I'll be able to go meet with them anytime I want to, and not have to worry about traffic, which is just terrible on the 99 in Southern California right now. I just took a trip to LA. It took twice the amount of time. So to know that I can just hop in a plane maybe next year and get down to visit friends is going to be fun. To go skiing in Mammoth.
Right. Oh, that's tremendous. Yeah. I love skiing. I haven't snow skied in a while, but I love it. Let me ask you, Dean, when you teach a student like Annalee, and we have more video to show. Matter of fact, let's take the video right now as I ask this question. It's the takeoff video. We're taking off in the plane. That's the worst part about it. I don't like that. Anyway, I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on, folks. Here we go. Anyway, yeah, I know we got to take a break here shortly, but I need to ask you the question here as we're looking at this. You're in the cockpit here, and Annalee, you're about to take off. So Dean, what's the number one thing that you tell your students above anything else when they get in that cockpit? I want to hear it. Let's pretend I'm the student. What are you going to tell me? First, number one on the list.
Checklist, checklist, checklist. When a captain on an airliner takes off the big airplane, he has a checklist in his hand. And we do the same thing to make sure you don't forget anything like having the fuel on or any other thing that's important.
Yeah. Here it is. You guys are about to take off. Now, where is this? What airport?
Chandler Airport in Fresno.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, you know, we had a guest here not too long ago. Well, it was about a year and a half ago. His name was Harold Cardwell. Did you know Harold?
Yes, very well.
Yeah, he unfortunately died in that plane crash up at Lake Tahoe. They went up, flew up, and had dinner, and then they were flying home. They had some kind of a problem with the plane. My question, and the reason I bring that up, Harold was a friend of mine. I knew him for many years. If you sense that there is a problem with the plane, any kind of problem, don't go up?
Certainly.
Is that the motto?
They did not
Yes.
use the checklist. They had gone to dinner, maybe had a drink or two, and were complacent. It was the pilot's error, not the airplane.
Yeah, yeah. So look at that video there. Oh, wow, flying off into the sunset. So you think that the Cardwell plane accident was pilot error?
Definitely.
It was not, because they didn't do checklist, and they had a problem with the plane from what I read in the paper. So I don't know. But that's number one on the list, right?
Yep.
Okay. We are talking with Annalee Asbury. She's an aspiring pilot, has had about, 8 lessons under her belt now, and trying to get her private airline license. And Dean Castang is the teacher. Anyway, we're back, 436-MeTV option 11 if you want to call in with a question. But if you do, turn down the sound on your TV set. Back in a moment.
When you're looking for KitchenAid innovation and quality, who has the answers, the selection, the price? Ventura TV Appliance. With billions in nationwide appliance buying power, more than Home Depot and Best Buy combined, will help you save. Our low prices on Energy Star qualified KitchenAid appliances save you energy and money, and pay no interest on select models when paid in full within 12 months. Ventura TV Appliance, serving you since 1951.
Back here again on our show with Annalee Asbury. She wants to be a pilot. Well, she is a pilot right now. She wants to get her private license so she can fly. You already own your own plane, right?
My dad does. I use his
Oh,
plane.
you use his plane?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, I won't even get into that. I won't get. Your dad is watching right now. But so let's get into the caller's other second half of that question, and that is, hey, we got another call, and I will get into that in a moment here. Let's take this call first, and we'll answer the helicopter question, okay? Good morning, you're on Connect With Me, caller. Quickly, your question, we're almost out of time here.
Oh, I can't believe that your guests have that many years experience flying, so of course, naturally, I want to know, what's the most interesting plane? What is his favorite plane? What is the biggest plane, etc.? Some milestones maybe in Dean's career.
Okay, great, thank you. Favorite plane?
It's like asking a young guy what's his favorite girl. I mean, they're all nice. Each airplane has a separate need, but some go real fast, some fly real slow.
This guy's a character, isn't he?
I know.
But my favorite airplane is a Cessna 172, the one that Annalee is taking lessons in, because you can fly around over Grandma's house, take pictures, and also you can go to San Francisco or Monterey for lunch in a short length of time.
You sure? Does your dad trust you to be in the plane with this guy?
My dad comes with us.
Oh, your dad? Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Wow, okay.
We all
anyway,
so
that we're just having fun here. We're just joking around. Anyway, okay. So, Dean, question. Difference between flying a plane and a helicopter?
Well, they're both about the same, but the helicopter is a more complicated, expensive machine.
Okay.
So the lessons cost more like about $300 an hour instead of $200 an hour. But it takes the same number of hours,
Right.
40 hours. And the crop duster pilots have different jobs that they have, like police and sheriffs and so on.
Let's go to the videotape. We got another piece of video here that we want to show. That's, I believe it's in the cockpit with you guys. Hey, you guys are taking off, I believe. This is in the cockpit. Are you in control? Are you flying the plane right now?
I am, yes.
You're taking off?
Yes.
Wow. So how is that?
Taking off is easy. Landing is the hard part. So
Really?
that's what we're working on right now.
So landing is more difficult than taking off?
Yes.
Because?
There's kind of limits you need to make with the landing, and it's just kind of intimidating. You're approaching the ground. If you're in the air, you're okay, but
it's not coming in too hard, okay?
Exactly, and that's been an issue.
So, Dean, as we look at this video here, you're in the air. How many hours can you be in the air before you have to start maintaining the plane? Look at that view. That's beautiful right there. That's a good shot. Keep with that video until the bitter end there if you can. How many hours before you got to bring the plane in and start the maintenance on it?
It's similar to a car. Cars should be done, but
how many hours? How many hours?
100 hours flying time. The airplane needs to change the oil, make an inspection, make sure nothing broke, and then once a year you have another inspection.
That's another great shot there. A little smoggy here. Of course, we've had the big drought of 2013/14. Here you are coming in for the landing. Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So you're in control here?
Yes.
Annalee? All right. And are you you got little sweaty palms here? Or?
Yeah, I might have white knuckles by the end of this. So.
Well, you landed the plane. Did you land the plane? Oh, we got out of it. I guess you did.
Yeah, I think that second one was a little bit rough. That's might be why we cut it out. So.
Okay, we got one more video. We got the landing video. Okay, we got another piece of video that shows you landing the plane, I believe. This is from the outside, or is this? Yeah, here you are coming in. Is that you landing the plane?
That's me landing it.
Wow. So that's what you feel you have to work on, is the landing more than anything else?
Yes, and it's just practice. It's time with Dean, and he'll point out something new every time. I'll make a new mistake each time.
Okay, now my son, as I told you before the show, went out to Sierra Sky Park, and they let him actually fly the plane. He couldn't land it or take it off. Obviously, he's only 12 years old, but he did fly. Is it easy to fly once you're in the air?
Yes, the plane flies itself. They're
Really?
designed that way. So you adjust things as you go, and that's what the lessons are all about, is being in control of a machine that will otherwise kind of take care of itself.
All right, now I'm from Sacramento originally, so once you get your license, if I want you to fly me up to Sacramento, like if I want to hire you to, what are you going to charge me?
If you'll get in the plane, I'll do it for free, but it sounds like that's an issue as is. So.
Well, I don't know. If I call Dean, I'm afraid he's going to charge me a fortune here. I don't know. He's a tough guy. He's a tough. No, I'm just teasing you, Dean. You know that, don't you?
You bet.
So how much longer for you are you going to teach? As long as you can, huh?
It's like asking a fellow, when are you going to quit driving your car?
Oh, okay.
Once each year I need to go in for a medical, as long as my eyes are okay and my heart is okay. It's just...
You look great, by the way. 82 years young. Doesn't he look good?
He looks good, yeah.
He looks great.
The good Lord has been good to me.
Yes, he has. And congratulations for teaching all those 4,000 in all. And you need 40 more. You need 40 hours, right? Or is it 40 lessons to get your private license, right?
Yeah, 40 lessons, so plus or minus 40 hours. And it depends on person to person, so it could be plus or minus 5, let's say.
Sadly, we're out of time, but I appreciate you coming. Phone number, in case they want to call you.
285-2232.
Okay, I'm not giving out your phone number, by the way.
Okay. My dad's right there.
Yeah, I know. So many weirdos will be calling you. Anyway, no, thank you very much. Dean, good luck to you. God bless you, my friend. Thank you, Annalee. Good luck to you and your father. Good luck with the lessons. Come back again. Let us know how it goes.
Oh, will do.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Hey, that's going to do it for us today here on Connect with Me. Stay put. We're not done yet. Well, I hope you have a great weekend. We're back on Monday with George Hostetter of the Fresno Beat. We'll talk city politics. See you then. Have a great weekend.
Like me?
Just like me.
Like MeTV Fresno on Facebook. Get the latest news, interact with others, watch videos, become a fan of me. Exclusively brought to you by Ventura TV.
All right, from the beginning. This is the city, Los Angeles, California. My name's Friday. I carry a badge. Police officers.
Now on Xfinity 187.
Frigidaire. It means the first electric refrigerator, the first compact electric range, Now, there's the Frigidaire Gallery Range with Symmetry double ovens. It's designed to cook multiple dishes at multiple temperatures, so you can prepare the entire meal at the same time. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
After practicing law, Raymond Berg fought crime.
You have the right to an attorney.
As a hard-boiled detective on wheels.
Ain't it the truth?
His name is Ironside.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind saying it again.
His name is Ironside.
All right, now you've said it.
Now on MeTV Fresno, Xfinity 187.